the scene of Lamont, I think, everybody sees it, whether it be for your first time or time and time again as you come over that bridge, and the scene is just absolutely gorgeous. It looks like somewhere you would want to go on vacation, with the church steeples and the hills. It's pretty amazing. But even behind that, when you look at the melding of the religions, the ethnic groups, it's just kind of neat. I grew up here, and I've always thought it was a wonderful place to live. I raised my family here. Things like the police department, the fire department, the Chamber of Commerce, they all work together to make this the community that it is. And then sprinkle in things like Terry O'Neill with Hope and Friendship. It becomes, why wouldn't you want to live here? Well, I grew up here, and I absolutely love Lamont. I have from the time I came here. Secondly, we're like halfway between Downers Grove and Lamont, and it's just a natural migration for us to come back here rather than go north to Downers Grove. So I know people here. I know the village.
And your sister lived here?
Yeah, that's right. I had relatives that lived here until my sister passed away. But I've converted Barb. She absolutely loves Lamont also.
Right. Well, I had started volunteering at Franciscan Village about 20 years ago. And when it came time for my parents to move into somewhere like Franciscan Village, I was familiar with it, so they've been living there. My dad passed away, but my mom's still there. She's 97 and still in independent living, so it's very comforting to know that she's in a place like Franciscan Village. So so we still have. We don't live here, but we seem to have a lot of time
in the community right now. We're directly involved, probably the heaviest with the police department. Through the village offered a Citizens Police Academy back, and we went through it in 2006 or 7 or something, several years ago. And they had already offered it once. They offered it a few times after we attended. And after a while, several of the people kind of got together and said, hey, is that all there is? Do we want to stop now? And so we formed this group called the Citizens Police Academy Alumni. And that's where we stand. Now, having said that, I checked with the village and with the police department, and Lamont is going to offer another Citizens Police Academy early in 2017.
I think anyone that's kind of interested in the services that are provided by the police department, groups that feed into them and are support to the police department, it's not just patrolling that they do. I mean, there are just other ways with the high school.
And every week is a different facet of police work. Traffic stops, traffic control, drugs, curbing drugs, obviously.
We had field trips. We did get to go to Stateville and a tour. A nice place to visit, but you don't want to live there. Just the fingerprints. Just other organizations involved with police work.
Yeah, and some people like me. I'm kind of a wannabe. I was always a wannabe police officer and never had the opportunity. So this puts me back in a kind of an environment that I can still enjoy.
Up a little bit. That way we'll kind of zoom in on you here. You go up a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and...
Yes, well, we're involved with the DuPage County Forest Preserve District in that they own property in Oak Brook, and on that property sits a 39-room mansion. It was the Peabody Mansion. It was built by Mr. Peabody from Peabody Coal. Was there a short time, and then it was owned by the Franciscan Friars, and they had religious retreats there. But in the early 90s, the Forest Preserve District bought the property, and now the house is open for tours. And so Bill and I are volunteer docents, and we, on occasion then, at least once a month, conduct tours throughout this mansion.
I do also volunteer work at Hinsdale Hospital. I've been volunteering there for several years, and it's just kind of a payback. We both are experiencing relatively good health, and working at the hospital, it kind of, you get an opportunity to see how lucky you are by unfortunately seeing how maybe not so lucky some other people are. And it's very gratifying. It's typical volunteer satisfaction. It's a two-way thing. The people that you help benefit by it, and you as an individual benefit by it. Meals on Wheels is a program that's offered by the Community Nutrition Network. It's CNN, and they provide meals for people that can't get out and can't fix meals for themselves 5 days a week. They're hot meals, well balanced. The organization itself also provides low-cost meals for people at the township building. So if you are mobile and can get out, you can go have a meal there. If you can't, then there are several volunteers. I'm one of many volunteers that actually delivers meals for Meals on Wheels. Yeah, we also try to stay involved here locally, with Terry O'Neill's group as often as we can, and the Historical Society. So it's just, like I say, volunteering it's a win-win. It's a win for the people that receive whatever time you're willing to give them, and it's a win for you as a volunteer because of the warm, fuzzy feeling and the
I think I have learned more about myself and about the world or people since I've retired. And that was like 23 years ago, but the people that we've met through volunteering, one thing just kind of automatically leads to another, and you just meet such interesting people and things you never even knew existed. And so it is just a whole wonderful world out there.
For the most part, we are surrounded by other volunteers, and from that standpoint, there's some pretty darn good people. I mean, we saw one of our favorites come through the lobby here, Terry O'Neill, that just is just constantly working to make people's lives better. And when you volunteer, those are the kind of people that you come in contact with. And so it makes you a better person, makes you feel good about what you're doing.
In my last